Hello, and welcome back to the Gratitude Incarnate podcast. I'm your host, Amanda Rose, and this is the Daily Divine Download. So today I want to talk to you guys about core values. This is something that I learned about 4 years ago, and it really helped me in my life to identify who I am at a deeper level, beyond the labels that society's put on me, like mother, employee, employer, spouse, partner, and things like that. I developed a whole program about it because it helped me so much that I wanted to help others. And it's called Who Do You Think You Are? And that's what we do in that program is we identify your core values. We come up with affirmations based on those core values. And there's some other things in the program, and we really identify who you are, what your desires are, and that's to get you back on track to stay aligned with your purpose and stay aligned with who you are and why you came here to begin with. While some people believe that we didn't get a choice in being born, I don't believe that at all. I believe that we choose the path that we want to take before we're ever in our mother's wombs. And, some people may think I'm crazy for thinking like that, but that's my belief. And I believe that we all come here with a purpose. Our higher self determines what we want to do with this life while we're here. And the beauty of that is that we get a choice when we get into this earthly body of whether we want to stay aligned with that path or not. Now, I kind of believe that we're all going to get where we're meant to go, but I think we get to determine what that path looks like. And when we're aligned with our higher self, I feel like we just get there more quickly and more efficiently and effortlessly. So that's why I developed that program, to help identify your core values. And this is basically the foundation for everything that you do. When we are aligned with our core values, when we know what they are, we can evaluate everything in our life with that as sort of a measuring tool. If one of your core values is beauty and you find yourself in a place that you don't feel is beautiful, you can know that that's not really aligned with you, or maybe part of your purpose in that place is to make it more beautiful. And that's a way that identifying those values can help you. So some examples of core values, if this is something that's new to you, or, maybe you've heard about it at work or something like that when your company's talked about their core values, but you've never really thought about incorporating it into your own life. I'll give you some examples. I'm going to put a link in the show notes for a PDF that I found. It's really great. It's just a simple list of 377 values, and some of them are like kind of similar or repetitive, and I might get into that a little bit deeper later on. But some examples are abundance, adaptability, adoration, affection, beauty, balance, belonging, bliss, bravery, care, certainty, challenge, clarity, charity, competition, confidence, decisiveness, delight, dependability, determination, discovery, eagerness, education, empathy, endurance, faith, family, fearlessness, grace, gratitude, happiness, health, humor, independence, insightfulness, intuitiveness, joy, justice, kindness, learning, liberation, mastery, maturity, obedience, optimism, organization, passion, peace, perkiness, playfulness, poise, power, privacy, reason, recognition, religiousness, respect, sacredness, satisfaction, self-control, self-reliance, teamwork, thoughtfulness, tranquility, understanding, uniqueness, variety, virtue, vitality, wealth, wellness, winning, wisdom. Those are just some examples of the types of core values that you can identify with. So what I want to encourage you to do today, click on this link in the show notes for this PDF. Read over all of these core values and just pay attention to how your body feels as you're thinking about them. So some things are going to really resonate with you and you're going to be like, oh, that's me. You know, print this list out and circle those things or write them down. All right. And just write down all of the ones or circle all of the ones that you feel you identify with. And then what I want you to do is narrow those down, because some things are going to be important to you, but they're not going to be as important as others. So like, for example, let's see. Strength is something that I value very much, and it is one of my core values, but it's not at my top core values. Like, for example, I work out because I want to become stronger, but that's not the main reason why I do it. I work out because wellness is one of my core values, and it makes me feel well, and it makes my body well. And strength is kind of like a byproduct of that. It's also one of my core values. It's just not at the top of the list. And what we're doing today, what I want to encourage you to do is just come up with a top 10 list of core values. Okay, so go through this list, narrow it down to 10 things, write everything down, and then narrow it down. And you can set up like a little scale for yourself, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. How much do you identify with that, or do you want that to be one of your core values? I remember when I first did this exercise, I wrote consistency as one of my core values. And that's something that I really want to be one of my core values. But it's something that I really, in my day-to-day life, I know that that's something that I strive for, but that's not really where I'm at all the time. I'm not as consistent as I want to be with things. That doesn't mean it's not that's not valuable anymore. Doesn't mean it's not a value of yours. It just gives you an idea of where you're at and what you can work towards. And when you identify what really, really resonates with you, you will start to sort of incorporate those other values along with it. So as I focus on my top 10 core values and continually align with those things, I'm building consistency. So it's honoring that in that way as well. So let's narrow these down to 10. And then what I want to have you do is turn each of these 10 core values into a gratitude affirmation. So I'll give you an example of my top 10. And guys, you can come back to this anytime, okay? As you learn and you grow, things are going to change. I say this all the time. The only thing that science has ever proven is that change is inevitable. And every day that you live, that's more opportunity for change, and changes will come. So just remember that you can always go back and check in with this from time to time and see if you're still feeling aligned with those values. And over the course of these last 4 years that I've been working with this, these values have changed for me a little bit as well. So my top 10 are abundance, beauty, gratitude, honesty, health, love, learning, freedom, service, prosperity, and wellness. These are the things that are most important to me. And what you can do is you can go through and make gratitude affirmations for each of these core values. And you can write this every single morning, these top 10. And what it's going to do is it's going to get you centered. It's going to get you grounded. It's going to get you focused on who you are and what your purpose is and what you're here to do, on a deeper level. So what you could do, like, for example, with abundance. I am so happy and grateful now for all of the abundance in my life. And you can get creative with this. It can be specific, it can be broad. It's really up to you. Same thing with beauty. This is an affirmation that I write every single day. I am so happy and grateful now for beauty because everything was created beautifully and deserves my deep appreciation. And that's something from inside the core of me, deep down inside of me. I really truly value how beautiful this world is and the people in it and all of the things in it. And I just want to show my gratitude for that every day and remind myself that part of my experience is to experience this beauty and have a deep appreciation for it. So I hope these examples are helpful. I think I'll go onto the Facebook group and just kind of reiterate all of this and put some examples in there so you can see it actually written out. Sometimes I say things on the podcast, but until we actually see it in front of us, sometimes it doesn't always connect. So you'll probably find that helpful. If you haven't joined our group yet, I'll also include a link to that in the show notes. Just click on that link, head over there. It's really simple and easy to join. You don't have to agree to any rules or share your email or anything like that. It's open to the public for anybody, anytime. And that group was created so we can all come together and share things just like this, share our gratitude and this process of embodying gratitude. That's exactly what this is, you guys. It's a process, and every day is going to be a little bit different. And some days it may be easier for you to show up with an attitude of gratitude, and some days you may struggle. But it's okay, and you can forgive yourself. I'm not perfect. Because I have a podcast on gratitude doesn't mean that I'm this supernatural being that never has bad days and never has issues, and that I'm always grateful. I'm working on that because I believe that it is possible. But I want you to know that if you don't feel like you're there right now, it's okay. As long as you're showing up and doing your best every day, that's literally all you can do. And when you have gratitude, I feel like you'll automatically show up as your best. So that's what I'm going to leave you with today. I hope this is helpful. I know it will be helpful, really. So click on these links, try this exercise, head over to the Facebook group and let us know what your core values are and how this exercise worked for you. Thank you so much for listening. Remember, if you like the podcast, share it with friends. And if you love it, please leave us a 5-star review. Thank you, and I want you to have a grateful day.